many things that you could do with this preamp. I even took it and put it through the effects loop on my tube amp. And what it did, because I'm just experimenting with it, you know, why not? Get creative, right? So I put it through there, and the first thing I noticed what it did there was it gave me, now I put it through like a Fender Hot Rod DeVille, all tube, and what it did was it gave me more of that tube sound and breakup at lower volumes. It immediately boosted the volume. So that's pretty huge because, as you know, with tube amps, you got to really crank them with the guitar amps, tube guitar amps, to get them to really break up and sound their best. Get the tubes really hot, heated up, and the voltages running through them, and the tubes talking back and forth, right? So this gave me that tube amp sound at a lower volume, which is cool because at rehearsals or on stage, you don't have to have any more volume wars to say, oh, I got to get this cranked up so heavy to get so high to get my tube amp sound. And for applications like if you're doing any work like I do with video where you have to keep the volume lower so you can talk over it, this way, you know, I can get that tube amp sound at a lower volume using the preamp, the tube preamp. So it has so many applications. You could use it, like I was saying, you know, in your home theaters, in DVD players, CD audio to really warm up that sound and add the richness and harmonics of the tube. So now I have a clean channel dialed into the Randall amp. The B283 is off, and here's my clean tone. I add a little reverb too. Hear that a little bit, just to weten it up just a hair. Now let's kick on the preamp. Again, take about 5 seconds to energize. You'll hear it. There it comes. And again, what you're going to hear is a real lot of harmonics and definition added in. The notes really seem to jump out. And I'm just playing through the neck pickup on the Strat. So big difference, you know, in clarity and definition and warmth. Really warms up the sound. I mentioned about power cables before and powering up the B283. It comes with a standard power cable, you know, 3-prong connector, and this is the cord that it comes with. Now you can upgrade. They make a PC15 power cord. Look at this. Look at the size of this sucker, right? This is made from 5N16 gauge twisted copper. It has a radio frequency filter built into it, hospital grade gold plated ends, and I'll tell you, I used both cords and I did hear a little bit of a difference using this thicker cord. Normally they sell for about $150, but for musicians they offer this cable for about $100, and you really want to consider this. This also, you know, it provides that stable, clean power. You know, I mean, just look at the difference in thickness between, you know, the 16 gauge and Teflon coated than, you know, your standard cable, right? Also, you know, think about it for your PA system or your home theater or your huge screen TV, right? using one of these, providing that stable voltage, you're going to see a difference. So something to consider. I was running the preamp with this cable plugged in, so it's just another cool little thing for musicians again that could further enhance your sounds. So the applications for this device are really broad. You know, you could hook it up through any of your audio sources, you know, and especially for musicians, even though it maybe wasn't designed specifically for this purpose of hooking it up to get a tube amp out of a solid state amp. Great, you know, that's how you so many things that are designed, as it turns out, they work across many platforms just through creativity and trying them. You could hook this up to your, you know, CD player, DVD player, turntable if you're still using vinyl in your home theater, and it really will bring that tube warmth and definition and clarity to the sound. Or a great application for this device is for your virtual guitar amps, like if you have that Behringer, the V amp, running it in stereo through that after the virtual amp, and then, you know, into the mixing board or recording console or whatever. Man, running that in stereo, it sounds really good, because some of the, you know, computer recording devices or virtual amps can sound a little bit, you know, they're very digital sounding, and if you want to warm that up, wow, pop this in front of it and boom, there you go. So the applications are very broad, and musicians are really going to like this device. Grant Fidelity is a Canadian company out of Calgary, Alberta, that specializes in high fidelity audio and affordable high fidelity audio and lots of tube systems. They really work with the tubes, and the guys and ladies at Grant Fidelity have years and years of experience in studio recording and professional engineering, and their products really, you really want to take a look at them and check out what they can offer. And they do offer discounts for musicians. So you want to go to grantfidelity.com. And for the two products that I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to include the URLs in the text box right here in the YouTube text box. So you just click on the link and you can go right to their site and check these out and read more about it. And I want to send a big shout out to Ian and Rachel and all the good people over at Grant Fidelity for answering all my questions, and for contacting us, and just for being way cool, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much. So check that stuff out, and be sure to check out our website at www.nextlevelguitar.com, and we will see you soon. Keep subscribing to our YouTube videos, and we will keep on bringing it. And I want you to put that guitar in your hands every day, even if it's only for 15 minutes. Make it a point. You can do it. Experiment with your gear, get creative, and rock on.